This is a review of one of my favorite Web 2.0 resources for the classroom. It's called Ignite Teaching. You can access the site at www.igniteteaching.com. Ignite Teaching allows students to collaborate on interactive digital presentations, whether they are working in class together on their devices or separately at home. One of the advantages of Ignite is that it can be used on the web, just as I'm doing today, or you can get it for the iPad or for an Android device. So it's very versatile with all the different devices that are being used in classrooms today. Before I go into how to use it, I want to talk to you a little bit about why this is such a valuable resource. On top of the fact that it's very easy to use, to talk about ease of use, I created my own presentation just to try things out. And as I was creating my slides, all of the images that I found were in Ignite's library of images. I never had to access the internet to search for images outside of Ignite. They were all found within the program. And to me, that was very exciting. I found that very easy, and I think students would find it very easy to use. Second of all, one of the dilemmas I find of assigning group projects is the fact that there's typically one or two people who kind of carry the weight of the group, and then there's usually one or two who really just don't do as much as everyone else. And so when it's time for grading, sometimes the work of those one or two people really sets that project above the rest, and you end up giving a grade because you're not really sure where, you don't really have proof of what everybody put into the project. And so you're giving everyone a good grade regardless of how much work they put into it. And Ignite Teaching really helps with that problem. They have a tracking engine built in that shows teachers what every single student is working on for every slide for the entire project. So teachers can see whether a student added a slide or edited an image or a video, whether they were working on text fonts or text colors, and it provides teachers with timelines of when edits were made over the course of a slide, as well as the overall life of the project. And it also gives teachers feedback on who contributed what by percentages. So I find that to be a really great tool for teachers when grading these group projects. And it really protects the students too and how much work that they put into it. Lastly, not only can students share these presentations with their teachers and their classmates, but they can also share them with kids in other classes or even other schools. And I have not been able to use this yet because I just have a free trial membership right now, but I did read that it does have checks for plagiarism built in. So, like I said, I haven't been able to use that yet, but I did read that that was one of the features of Ignite Teaching. So before we get into how to use it, I just want to scroll down here and talk to you about the subscriptions and the pricing because I know this is an important factor for all teachers. Ignite Teaching is free for the first 30 days, and then after that you can continue to use it, but if you want access to all the statistics that it gives you, you will pay a $3 per month fee, or you can choose to pay $25 per year, which I think both are fair if you are going to be using them a lot throughout the school year, which you definitely could for a variety of subjects and projects. Good thing to know is Ignite Teaching chooses an educational charity each month and gives a percentage of its profits to it. So it's nice to know. Okay, so let's get started on how to use it. I was able to quickly create my own account, and I've already done that, so I'm going to click on my name. You have a list of a menu bar, I should say, on the left here where you can access different things that you need to get to, including contact information for the technical support, spotlight to see if you want to see what other students around the world have already created, pricing, could join a project, start a new project, etc. So I'm just going to go to My Projects. And here you can see whatever you're working on. The title of the project will appear. Who the igniters or team members are that you're collaborating with will show here. I'm the only one right now. Who your teacher is, when your project was submitted, and then you have specific actions. If I click on the share button, this just gives a share link that I can share with, say, my teacher, for instance. Whoever I want to be able to view my project but not work on my project, that's who would get this share link. Or a join code. And this join code, if I sent it to other classmates, they would be allowed to collaborate on the project with me. If I click on the check mark, this is where I can save my project and submit it. A really nice benefit of Ignite Teaching is as you're working on the slides and you're adding and editing, it will all automatically be saved for you. You do not have to click save after everything that you do or every slide that you create. So, but always a good idea to save it before you submit it to your teacher. And then the edit button. And that's what I'm going to go to here just so you can see what I've done. Okay, so this is the editing page, and at the bottom is my toolbar. If I choose the A, my text box will appear. I can add text. I can move it around. I can change the size of the text box. If I click edit, I can choose my font color, alignment. There's lots of options here. If I choose to decide I don't want it, I just hit the trash can. If I click on the picture button, I can add an image, and I can also move that, resize it any way I want to, and that's what I've done with Ms. Cleary's picture in the background. And you just have to double click on this to search for images. And like I said before, Ignite Teaching has a vast amount of pictures and a little bit of clip art mixed in, but mostly photos that are ready for you to use and you do not have to search on the internet. So I love that. This is where you would add a video, and if I click on this, this box appears, and then you just click on the edit button and you can input your URL link right here. So as you'll see, I put one in. It was a YouTube video, and so I just typed in the video code, and automatically it gives a direct link right to it. And you can resize that any way you choose as well. This is for audio. This button right here would be for audio. And then once I do that, then I start to deal with my layers, so I can move things around if I want to. If I want to click and drag this to the front, then this is going to take a minute to actually start working, but then my image is going to appear in front of my text. So it's just moving a little more slowly right now. And then, of course, my edit button that you've seen me work with quite a bit here. This is to copy an item or copy a page in the trash can, and then, of course, undo. So I do want to quickly scroll over to the other side of the screen here so you can see what's at the bottom right corner, and I can share or submit my project from this area as well, or I can do a preview. And so I am going to do that for you. But before I get to the preview, I'm going to click on this little light bulb. I click on the light bulb. This is a great tool for your students if they forget how to do something or what one of the features on the toolbar are. This is a nice reminder for them. And there are several pages here just showing them how to move things around and make edits and resize and that sort of thing. I'm going to close that. So remember the light bulb's a good one to keep in mind. Okay, so I'm going to move back here. And these buttons on the side just allow you to click through the different pages of your presentation, and this allows you to add a page. Okay, so if I click on my preview button here, you can see what I have created. And I'm going to hit start. So it appears that all of the presentations start this way. And I'm just going to let you see the presentation that I started. It was very easy to do. And if you have any questions, I urge you to go to igniteteaching.com yourself and check out the spotlight so you can see what other kids have done as well around the world. So I hope you found this review helpful, and thanks for watching.
Seven-year-old Ella Neely is a thoroughly modern girl, riding a skateboard, listening to an iPod, reading books on a Kindle.
She went to her room and in a moment returned with...
But the book she's reading is about a girl from another time, Ramona Quimby, written by an author from another time, Beverly Cleary.
I